Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you another lesson on Braille, and this time it's on how to write mixed fractions or mixed numbers in or using the Nemeth Braille Code. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, let us quickly recall what is the Nemeth Braille Code. So basically, the Nemeth Braille Code is a Braille code used in writing math and science expressions. It was created by Dr. Abraham Nemeth several years ago, and I think the last revised or last revision was in 1972. And we are so thankful to Dr. Nemeth, also a blind mathematician, for giving us this Braille code that we can use for math and science. This Braille code is being used in some countries that are also using English Braille. Next, what is a mixed fraction? Basically, a mixed fraction is just a combination of a whole number and a simple or a proper fraction. The whole number comes first, followed by the simple fraction. Here we have an example. We have 2 and 1/2. 2 is our whole number and 1/2 is the fraction part. And in print note, 2, the whole number part is usually written in a bigger font size than the fraction part. So here we have the symbols in Braille in Nemeth Braille code that we can use in writing mixed fractions. We have the opening mixed fraction indicator, which is a two-cell indicator. The first cell has dots 4, 5, and 6, and the second cell has dots 1, 4, 5, 6. And we also have our closing mixed fraction indicator, also consisting of two cells. The first cell has dots 4, 5, and 6, and the second cell has dots 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you notice, in both opening and closing mixed fraction indicators, the first cell has the same dots, and that is dots 4, 5, and 6. And the next cell, or the second cell is actually the same as the opening and closing simple fraction indicator. Now, if you remember our simple fraction indicator, we have for the opening, we have dots 1, 4, 5, 6, and closing dots 3, 4, 5, 6, or just the same as the numeric indicator. So basically, the mixed fraction utilizes the uh, Braille symbol for the opening and closing simple fraction indicators, only that we put the uh, a cell before those two, the opening and closing, and that cell consists of dots 4, 5, and 6. Let's jump to some rules that we need to observe when using these mixed fraction indicators. The first is that when or if a mixed number is the first character on the line, or if there's a space, no, if there's a space before the mixed number, then we need to make use of the numeric indicator before the whole number part of our mixed fraction or mixed number. Now, don't be confused if I say mixed fraction or mixed number. Those two are synonymous. Those two are just the same. And similarly, if there's a space, so we need to write also, we need to make use of the numeric indicator before the whole number part of our mixed fraction. Next rule is that the same rules that we use in writing whole numbers can be used or are applied when are applied to the whole number part of our mixed fractions or mixed numbers. So in an expression, so if you have an expression that is consisting of mixed fractions, we don't need to there's no we don't need to put a space before the whole number part of the mixed fraction, and there's also no need to write the numeric indicator. So that will be clarified when I will give you the examples later. No? So um, yeah. So when we write mixed fractions, we don't need to put a space before the whole number part of our mixed fractions, and we also don't need to put a numeric indicator. No? So especially if we have some uh, operation or signs of operations. So there's no need for us to put a space or to put a numeric indicator. And these mixed fractions or mixed numbers also follow the same punctuation rules as with the other numbers that we have. Okay, let's go over to our example. So we have our first example. We have 2 and 1/3. 2 being the whole number and 1/3 or 1/3 is the fraction part. So how do we write this mixed fraction? Okay, we use or we write the numeric indicator and then followed by the whole number 2. And then right after 2, we make use of the opening mixed fraction indicator. So since it utilizes two cells, so the first cell is that's 4, 5, and 6, and the second cell consists of that's 1, 4, 5, 6. Then followed by 1 for the numerator of 1/3, and then the fractional bar or the slash in Braille is that's 3, 4, then followed by 3, our denominator. And then right after that, we put the close or the closing mixed fraction indicator. For the first cell, we have that's 4, 5, 6, and the second cell, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go now to our second example. 3 and 5/7, or 3 and 5/7. So we have 3 as our whole number and 5/7 our simple fraction. So how do we write this? So we write the numeric indicator and then followed by 3 or the number 3 and the opening mixed fraction. For the first cell, that's 4, 5, 6, and the second cell, that's 1, 4, 5, 6. Then right after that, we put we write the numerator, which is 5, and the slash, which is that's 3 and 4 and 7. And the closing fraction or the closing mixed fraction indicator consisting of two cells again. So first cell, that's 4, 5, 6, and the second cell, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Moving on to additional examples. So here we have 12 plus 7 and 2/5, or 12 plus 7 and 2/5. So here we have a whole number added by a mixed fraction. So how do we write that? So same as or the same way that we write whole numbers, we write the first part or the first addend, which is 12. So we write numeric indicator and then 12, then the plus sign, and then we have for the whole number part of our mixed fraction, we don't need to write numeric indicator. So we write after the plus number 7 without numeric indicator. And then after that whole number 7, we write the opening mixed fraction indicator, consisting of two cells. So first cell, uh, consisting of dots 4, 5, 6, and second cell consisting of dots 1, 4, 5, 6. Then followed by the numerator 2 slash, which is that's 3, 4, and then 5, and then the closing mixed fraction indicator consisting of two cells also. First cell, that's 4, 5, 6, and second cell, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And for our fourth and last example, we have here a subtraction expression. We have 5 and 7 over 8 minus 2 and 3 over 8. Again, that's 5 and 7 over 8 minus 2 and 3 over 8. So how do we write this? So we have two mixed fractions and separated by the minus sign. So we have 5, numeric indicator, and then 5, and the opening mixed fraction. That's 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 4, 5, 6, followed by the numerator of the simple fraction, which is 7, and then the slash or over, which is that's 3 and 4, and then we have 8, and followed by the closing mixed fraction indicator consisting of two cells. First cell, that's 4, 5, 6. Second cell, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the minus sign, which is composed of that's 3, 6 in Nemeth Braille. And we have the next, uh, the next for the subtrahend, which is 2 and 3 over 8. So we write 2 without without the need to write the numeric indicator. So 2, and then as we write, before we write the simple fraction, we put the opening mixed fraction indicator. First cell, that's 4, 5, 6. Second cell, that's 1, 4, 5, 6. And then the numerator, which is 3 over 8, our denominator. And then our closing mixed fraction. First cell, we have that's 4, 5, 6. And second cell, we have that's 3, 4, 5, 6. So I hope you learned something from this video on how to write mixed fractions in Nemeth Braille Code. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and also share this with your friends. Thank you and God bless us.